Hey everybody, what's up? Welcome back to the Smash Dispatch. As always, I am one of your hosts, Fidel here, and alongside me is Hideki Kamiya himself. Welcome, Hideki Kamiya. How are you?
Hello, Bayo 4 coming out soon.
Before it coming out, it's happening. If only. So, how you been doing, my dude?
I'm good. I've been thinking about this episode for like the past 2 days because there's a lot to discuss here. Because we're gonna be talking about stages, which is always fun.
Yes,
so.
exactly. Did you go see the Sonic movie or not yet?
No, I'm going to on Monday. I'm going to see it on Monday, so I will get back to you. I heard really good things, though. I'm excited. I'm actually excited.
Yes. I know, what a wild timeline that we're all excited to go see Sonic, which is great. So yeah, definitely go watch that.
Now we just gotta wait for the Mario movie.
Exactly. I'm down for that one. All animation, I'll take it.
Yeah,
yeah.
We'll see. If
we'll
we get a
see.
trailer, I'll make judgment.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Cool. So, yeah, as Ultima said, today we're going to be discussing stages, the best stages in Smash Ultimate or in general. Well, I mean, the thing is, Smash Ultimate kind of has most of them, so it's kind of easy to just narrow it down there. But yeah, I mean, first, before we get into our favorite stages, let's just talk about the concept of stages in Smash in general, because
it's for me, it's interesting because I feel like stages are so important, but they're overlooked a lot because everyone's discussing.
Yeah.
When you think about Smash, you think about, oh, what characters do I want in? Who do I want to see as a fighter? But a lot of the time, like people will just like overlook, like, oh, what stages should be in the what should we have as a stage? I feel like that just gets overlooked a lot because it's not something you actively think about a lot of the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I don't know. I feel like back in like Smash 4 days, or even like I feel like back in Smash 4 days, there was a lot of conversation in general about like what stages we'd like to see in Smash, right? And I feel like as time goes on now, as we emphasize characters more and more, that conversation kind of slows down a bit. Like we don't see that as much.
I think because Smash 4 was really the only game to add stages that were like outside of fighters that were actually in the game, you know what I mean?
Right, yeah,
because
that's true.
They had, oh god, what is it? They had like stuff like the Spirit Tracks train, and then they also had stuff like Tomodachi Life, and it's like obviously none of those are directly fighters, but they still added those stages,
Yeah,
and Smash Ultimate didn't really do that, did they? I mean, they added New Donk, and they added the Great Plateau. But that Great Plateau is kind of like because of the Link redesign, and New Donk was because it's obviously a Switch game. But other than that, they didn't really add stages that weren't related to fighters, like new fighters.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, no, it's interesting just because it's like in general in any fighting games, right? Other than Smash, like the stages are just a backdrop. It's like they're just nice visually, right? Whereas Smash, I mean, obviously because it's a fighting game, you could play hardcore or like super casually. Stages can really just change up the experience, and they can range from the weirdest and wildest things to like the most just like simplistic designs. Like I feel like it cannot be understated in general just how like first of all Smash Ultimate it has like 109 stages with the DLC or 110,
and we're getting 6 more at least.
Yeah, and it's just amazing how many stages are in the game, and it's like the variety of them, right? Throughout the series in general, like when you grew up and you weren't playing competitive, right? Like you cared way more about which stages you were picking.
Mm-hmm.
Like, did you have, like, and when you were growing up, like, we'll get to Smash Ultimate,
yeah,
but
I
did
guess
you have
that's
favorites?
true, because, like, I think, mostly what I remember for stages was, during Brawl and Melee, like, stages mattered way more, because I mostly played on, like, competitive stages in Smash 4 onward, but Brawl and Melee, I was definitely, like, more casual, and I think, like, in Melee, or back in Melee when I was younger, like, I think you didn't really think about, like, oh, this stage sucks, because, like, I remember I loved, like, and I still really like this stage, but I hate playing on it now, with Brinstar Depths, where, like, Kraid comes out of the background, he, like, slashes the stage, and it, like, rotates. Like, I thought that was the coolest stage. I love the music that played there. But now that, like, when I'm older, like, I can only play on that stage if it's, like, Battlefield, because it's just so obnoxious.
Dude, I remember...
Stuff like that.
It's like... Yeah, I mean, for me, I remember the top was, like, Temple, right? Like 4 players in Temple, where you would just go to that bottom left corner
Yes,
and
the
just
cable
bounce
light.
each other.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Temple. Yeah, that's classic.
Yeah, Temple's like I'm so glad they kept that. But it's like I mean, yeah, growing up, like whether it was like, yeah, I mean, like the joke back then was true of like 1v1 Final Destination when you want to do those kind of matches. Tempo was the funnest for like 4-player matches. I really love the Star Fox stage. The which one? The what's it called? Venom. Venom was really cool back on GameCube.
Yeah, I think
awesome.
like a lot of the stages in Melee are more nostalgic to me than the Brawl stages. I will say this though, I think in terms of like what I think happened onward, like from Brawl onward, I think what happened was this a lot of the hazards and like stage hazards ended up just getting more obnoxious, and it feels like you're playing against the stage itself than you are playing like because in Brawl, like I'll give an example because I think Spear Pillar in Brawl is one of the most fun stages to play like with hazards on because like it's telegraphed, like when Palkia and Dialga do their attacks and stuff, like there's like usually a warning or like an animation, and then like later on the like stages like in Smash 4, like I feel like you were just more fighting against the stage than you were like actually fighting other people.
Right. Like, yeah, exactly.
Like stuff like I guess literally stuff like Wily Castle and Pyrosphere because they added the bosses, but still it's like it's just no fun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I know what you mean. I really liked, especially like in Brawl, like the what's it called. We'll talk in general about favorites, but yeah, like in general stages, I love how they could just range from wild and wacky to weird and crazy. And how did you feel about in Smash 4 when now in Smash Ultimate where like there's Omega and Battlefield versions of all the stages? I feel like that was really important.
that was the single smartest decision for competitive play, at least, because at least it would give players variety of background music and stuff to look at. Because again, it's like we said, it's a traditional fighting game, right? The layout is basically the same. It's just a different coat of paint, and I think that's definitely what Sakurai tried to do with adding those versions of stages.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's like that was to me like that was one of the best additions because like it would always be like. I mean, in Smash 4, it was already good that you had, like, Omega versions of all the stages. Like, that was awesome. But the fact that, like, now we have Battlefield and Omega. And I know there's still, the competitive scene doesn't necessarily, like, just because that's a thing, they don't necessarily go to all the stages. Because, like, certain of the platforms are in, like, different positions from the bottom. I get that. But for people like me who are more, like, just, like, the casual hardcore that are, like, playing it, like, I love just being able to pick a different variety of the stages. And play in any style I want to there.
Also, fun fact, this is just a side thing. The reason why, if you're ever watching a Smash Bros. Tournament, the reason why they never go to Omega versions of Battlefield or Final Destination, they never use those forms, is because there's actually like a lot of like music licensing and copyright things.
Really?
Where it's like they could potentially get like fined if certain songs play on stream because they don't have the rights to it, which is I thought was
I didn't know
interesting.
that. Really? That's weird.
Yeah, that's why they only use like actual Battlefield or like actual Final Destination because like those stages are safe basically.
That's really weird. Okay. I mean, yeah, so let's, I guess, get into it. So, Smash Ultimate, there's a ton of stages in this game. Do we want to kind of go through them all and give our thoughts on them, or do we want to, like, just list out our favorites and why?
I think we should just, like, list out what our favorites and our least favorites are. Because, exactly. There's no way we're going to list off every single stage.
Of course, yeah, exactly. So, Smash Ultimate brought back a shit ton of stages. I would say, let's go, like, one by one. So, like, I'm going to go through the rows here. So, I'd say, first of all, one of these that stands out to me is the remake of Congo Falls from Melee. Like, Congo Falls was so well remade, like, in Smash Ultimate, you see, like, the waterfall, how beautiful it looks, and just, that stage in general just stands out to me so much with, like, the glow up it got. So that's one of my favorites to play whenever I do casual. I just think that stage is, like, really cool, and obviously the new music that's there, it just, like, now that stage feels like it's complete. And even that little platform on the bottom left that you used to mess around with as a kid just felt nostalgic.
The King of the Hill platform where you would just try to see how long you could stay on it, yeah.
Exactly, yeah. No, that one definitely is like a standout to me in the beginning here. What about you?
I think my favorite out of the Melee stages, I was so happy to see Fountain of Dreams. Fountain of Dreams, that was one of my favorite. That's just one of my favorite stages. Period. And it's so pretty. And you know what else got a massive glow up? Fourside, I think, wasn't a stage I thought about before, but now when I think it's honestly like visually probably the best stage, because like just seeing the city and like go on in the background, it's beautiful. It's really honestly that aesthetic is just so gorgeous. I can't believe how good that stage looks now.
It really looks like New Donk City at night. Basically, it's so weird. Like nowadays, when you look at it, it just kind of looks like a night version of it, which is really cool. But yeah, no,
because like in Melee, it didn't look bad in Melee, but like you could the skyscrapers and the lighting, just like obviously the technology wasn't there at the time.
Yeah.
So it still looked nice, but like now in Ultimate, like it has like that soft like lighting to it of like the moon and like the city lights, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe it.
Yeah. No, but like speaking of a stage with lighting, Princess Peach's castle I feel like has the coolest lighting in the game. Like characters look so like sunshine radiated in that stage. You know what I mean? Like for Peach's castle.
Yeah. Like it's so
cool.
Like the light of the sun is actually reflecting on them.
Yeah. It's like, to me, like that stage, I love picking that one in Omega, just because like I find that like the way the lighting is in that stage makes the characters look really cool. And I just think it's like a really sick looking stage in general.
Yeah, you know what? It's funny because like when I think actually a lot of my favorite stages are from Melee now that I think about it, because I guess it's just my nostalgia. But like I remember remaking this stage in Brawl and Smash 4 because in the custom stage maker, because like I loved the stage as a kid and I always wanted it back, so I would just remake it myself.
Right. Yeah, exactly. It's so cool. And like obviously like even like a stage like On It that I always love going back to. It's like it's funny how that stage is so simple, right? It's like there's two houses, a little drugstore in the middle, but it's the cars and how small and tight the stage is that make it really fun to play on.
I guess ever since Melee onward, they added such a lot of level of detail for references from like the actual series that the stage is from. Like, because stages in 64, like, they were fun, but they didn't really, like, okay, Hyrule Castle, like, that could just be a castle, you know what I mean? Like, Hyrule Castle, there's nothing ostensibly Zelda about this castle, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, once they got into Melee onward, they started really focusing on, like, making you feel like you're in the universe of that stage, and I think that's super cool.
Don't you find the weirdest and creepiest stage is, like, Mushroomy Kingdom? Like, Mushroomy Kingdom is so weird, where it's like literally a dystopian,
it's like a post-apocalyptic,
Mario 1 stage. It's so weird.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's funny, because, like, I think Sakurai, like, he wanted it to look like it was abandoned. I don't know what the purpose was, maybe because, I don't know, like, it's so weird, like, the concept, really because it's not like the original, like Mario 1 is like a forgotten game or something. You know what I mean?
Exactly. It's so.
I don't know what the intent was.
I don't know either. I'd love to know. It's so weird. Obviously, I mean, one of my favorites from Brawl that's back in this game is WarioWare. Right, like that stage. It can be the most frustrating and funny thing at the same time. Like those little mini games that pop up where it's like, don't.
I think my favorite thing about WarioWare is like as a kid growing up on that stage, there would always be. It was always a scramble to see who would follow the rules of the minigame and who wouldn't,
Exactly, yeah. It's just like a wildly fun stage. What's another one that you like out of these right here?
Okay, well, like I said this earlier, but I think my favorite Brawl stage is easily Spear Pillar, because... what else is it? Spear Pillar and Halberd, both for similar reasons, because those are stages Halberd's I feel are fair with hazards. Like, I think actually Halberd was... used competitively for a bit because the hazards actually were like telegraphed and and
you could like use that.
Yeah, we were counterpicked. So it's like the hazards could be like worked with. But yeah, I really like those stages because the hazards like feel fun and they feel fair. And a side note about Spear Pillar, I think one of the funniest things about Spear Pillar is like you'd think Dialga and Palkia are like the scariest Pokemon, but no, man, Cresselia is like so dangerous on Spear Pillar for no reason. It's hilarious. Like Cresselia will just kill you.
Yeah, it's fucking wild. And then one of what else in Brawl? That's when they added the Pikmin. Is that Smashville? I think Smashville.
Yes,
is
they
Brawl,
added
right?
Pikmin and Smashville. Yeah, they added. Smashville's so iconic now, but
Yeah, Smashville is awesome. It's like I love that stage. I love how there's like a concert that plays if you're there at a certain time. Like it's such like a relaxing, fun stage to be on, no matter what. It's just such a good one.
See, but I think Brawl was hit or miss because for every good stage that they added, like Castle Siege or they added shit like 75 meters and Mario Bros and Hand and Bow. Like
yeah. We'll get to the worst stages after we go through our favorites because like there are definitely some like bad stages in the games, but I just like another one that's always been like, how do you feel about like Green Hill Zone? Because that's another notable Brawl stage in general.
I think that it's fine. I think I think what I would have liked on Green Hill Zone was like, and obviously they were limited. I wish there were more characters in the background.
I agree.
Because it's Tails and Knuckles. Yeah, that makes sense. Silver?
Yeah. So yeah, that was so random. I mean, obviously, like around that time, Sonic 06 was happening.
And very obviously, I think that Sonic at that time was being designed around 06 because that was the most recent big game at the time. But it's weird that like you can like destroy the stage. Like I like that. I think it's fun. But like that doesn't happen. Yeah,
I mean, the closest thing that happens is that like you can break like walls by spinning into them, and some platforms crumble. No, I mean, you can crumble platforms once you walk through them. But the weirdest one to me is always the checkpoint sign that you can like bash people into, and that just keeps
and it hits
rotating.
People. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, that's smart.
It's a really funny detail.
Speaking of destructible stages, Luigi's Mansion is also really, really cool. That you can just destroy the stage if you like. I love details like that.
Yeah. One of my favorites, like, because here it moves on to the 3DS stage. I love the 3D land stage. I think that stage is just super cool as a moving stage. Like, I love all the references.
I generally don't like scrolling stages that much. But I will say, I think 3D Land is definitely one of the best because it actually feels like you're playing a level straight out of 3D
exactly.
Land.
That's what I love about the level. It actually feels like you're platform, like you're doing a platforming challenge.
Right, and that's also still such a big part of Smash,
Yeah, exactly. Other favorites, what you got here from because we're at like the 3DS stuff,
Smash 4 was weird because it split the stages.
Yeah, exactly.
I think honestly, Smash 4, that was sort of like, I started like, not so sure about a lot of the stages.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess if I had to pick a stage that I would play a lot, I really liked the Kalos Pokemon League, even like hazards on and hazards off, because I really like how all the hazards on that stage, like when the slides come on the side and like water starts rushing down, I really like that a lot. That was really cool.
No, that league is really cool. Another one I really loved, one of my favorites from the 3DS was Mute City, the SNES version, which is so cool because like we don't see ever many stages that use like the 8-bit aesthetic in Smash. It's a very few of them.
Yeah, they did that with they had that, and they also had the original Game Boy version of Dreamland. Which is another scroller, which I like the idea of. I think the screen was just a little bit too small for me to truly enjoy.
Yeah,
it would have been also cool on that stage if everyone just like looked like they were on a Game Boy color wise.
Oh yeah, exactly. Another one I really love is I really like Arena Fox because I just love the like idea of like a Colosseum and things like shifting in the background and stuff like that. And I just generally like the Fire Emblem stages. I just like I don't know. I always felt like I enjoy like the war aesthetic of them. So that's kind of cool there. What else?
Super Mario Maker was such a creative.
Oh
stage.
yeah,
I love
that was.
Really
I
think
fun.
that's another stage I really like because it's just the fact that it's random every time is really really smart.
Yeah, exactly. There's that one. I mean, other ones that I really like. I really like the what's it called? The Tortimer Island. Like to me, that's like a relaxing, fun aesthetic. Like I just like the design of it. I like how simple it is to like go through, and obviously everyone knows that island from New Leaf, so like, that was a really fun one.
It's interesting that there's it's interesting that there's actually like a lot of stages that are just like missing that we haven't gotten back yet because like they brought back some stages mainly the N64 ones for DLC in Smash 4 But like now that Smash Ultimate has almost all the stages back, it's weird that there are like some like notable missing ones.
Yeah, it's a very weird thing. Like obviously, like Poke Floats is the biggest one.
Yeah, so like out of the ones that are missing, like Planet Zebase and Sector Z, which basically got like redone in Melee.
Yeah,
so that's
exactly.
Understandable. Mute City Melee is weird that it's missing because that's like a very unique stage.
Yeah.
Like. This is a Rainbow Road not coming back is weird, and then honestly, most of the stages that didn't come back were from Smash 4, like Woolly World and
Miiverse.
Yeah, Miiverse is shut down. That
exactly. That would have been
unfortunately. I do wish that something like Miiverse. Okay, that's actually a really good stage because nothing was funnier than seeing people shit talk your character.
My god!
While you're playing on that stage, dude. That
not
was
just
so
that,
funny.
but like the spoilers. Like that was so funny to see spoilers on the Miiverse stage.
Yeah, like if you were like playing as like Shulk, there would be like Xenoblade Chronicles like spoilers.
Yeah, it was so man. Like it's like I never got even mad at that because I saw like it's like I remember I think it was like the week Star Wars came out, everyone just posted like Han Solo dies, and I was just like, this is fucking so funny. It was just the best for just spoiler talk there. Another one I really love from Smash 4 in general is I really love Colosseum, but no, obviously the boxing ring. Like I feel like the boxing ring is such
the boxing
a
ring.
perfect aesthetic.
I love the amount of detail in the boxing.
Yeah,
you bounce off the ropes, the stage lights can break, all the titles they have for everyone. That's really cool.
I love that. Yeah, and I love that they keep updating it. Like they don't have just like a default one. Like they keep adding stuff to it. Yeah, I think those are I would say my favorites. And then in Smash Ultimate, I mean, I really love I really love New Donk City. I wish there was more going on, but I like the aesthetic of it. What I recently found out, it was crazy. Yeah, I think it was like a month ago where I found out that Captain Toad shows up there, and I was like,
that's I didn't even know that. That's super cool.
That was so weird. But I really love that one. Do you like the what's it called? We talked about it a bit, but do you like the Great Plateau Tower or not really?
Great Plateau. I just Great Plateau feels like the Cave of Life on Hyrule Temple, except it's like that's the whole stage.
Yeah, exactly.
It's fun. It's wacky. I think honestly, I like Moray Towers. Like if we're talking non DLC stages, I like Moray Towers a lot because I think I like Splatoon. I love its music. I think I think it's cool. It has a night version.
Yeah, exactly. The night version,
which is like really a Splatfest version, which is cool. Yeah. So.
And I think Dracula's Castle like stands out. It's like a really cool look.
It's a very aesthetic stage. I think for me at least, it's a little bit too dark to see what's going on.
Right. But, yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'd say and then DLC. I mean, we briefly talked about them last time, but obviously the Persona stage is incredible.
Yeah, I think out of all the DLC stages, that's my favorite. I will say though, King of Fighters Stadium, really amazing that they captured. Like a really traditional fighting game stage as well, so.
Yeah. So alongside obviously favorites, there's obviously stages in Smash that drive you nuts. You don't like sometimes it's not even necessarily hate, it's just like they can drive you crazy or you do hate them. So what even going back through here, what are the ones you really hate in the series?
I think if we're talking scrolling stages, and honestly, I don't inherently think auto-scrolling stages are bad. Like as we said, 3D Land.
Yeah.
That one's pretty good. Mushroomy Kingdom's great because it's fun to play on. But then you have Pac-Land, and I don't know what compelled Sakurai to bring back Pac-Land in Ultimate, but not Pac-Maze, which is like the iconic Pac-Man maze. Yeah, but you bring back Pac-Land, like
it's so weird because like Pac-Land is like I like the idea of someone made this in like Microsoft Paint, but it like at the same time it's so off-putting and weird. It's so like I can't even tell sometimes if I like it or not. It's just fucking weird. It's a weird.
Yeah, I mean it's very much like, oh look, this is exactly how it looks in the arcade game. It's like that's nice, but that doesn't mean it looks good.
Exactly. I know that one. There's something about that one that just drives me nuts. There's even Electroplankton is the weirdest stage ever. Like, I don't hate it, but it just creeps me out. It's just a weird reference. Well, it's a weird stage.
The only thing it's good for is that it's a green screen.
Yeah, exactly.
But no, the thing about Hannibal is, like, what annoys me about it is, like, the ledges, I swear to God, the ledges just don't work.
No,
like,
they do not.
You'll
they
knock the
definitely
leaves
don't.
around, and it's like, oh, look, so, like you can't grab that anymore.
Yeah,
all right.
There's no way they work. It's really bad. What's another one that drives me nuts? I mean, the fucking, I don't know if I like or hate the stage. No, I hate the stage with my life. 75 meters. It is.
Yeah, 75 meters and Mario Bros. Are by far, in my opinion,
God.
the worst stages because, again, you're more, like, again, you're fighting the stage. Like, you're more worried about what the hell the stage does than you are actually playing the game.
Because, like, there's, especially 75 meters, there's so much going on. First of all, you have the tiniest platforms ever. Like, I wouldn't have minded if they made it like the original Donkey Kong, where, like, you have, like, you know, like the 4 lines that you're climbing up.
Yeah, that could have been like Moray Towers. It's basically what Moray Towers is.
Yeah, exactly.
It should have been 25 meters, not goddamn 75.
Yeah. Like, I think, I think, like, doing one of the, what's it called? Anytime I had a spirit battle on the stage, I wanted to like scream my lungs out.
You remember the arcade Donkey Kong battle where you have to chase Peach across the whole stage?
Oh my god, it's like I hate the stage with my life, and like Donkey Kong.
You know what else is bad about the stage? Okay, well, one, we said small platforms. Number 2, the ladders. You'll try to do a movie, you'll just climb up the ladder.
Yeah, it's just I fucking hate
3.
the stage.
As you know, and this is a problem with any big stage, but it's like especially emphasized on stages like this. When we're doing multiple players and the camera zoomed out, and you're like, I can't see what I'm doing. I just don't understand what's
happening. Yeah, no, that one's fucked up. I can't stand it.
Yeah, and I think the only stage that compares with Mario Bros. Because you'll just get like the crabs, like you just get hit once by like a Koopa shell or a crab, and you just die off the side of the stage. And then in Smash Ultimate, they added it where, like, the screen wraps, so you could just run to and appear on the other side, and now it's like people can just run between both sides of the stage.
That's
like, oh my god. Like, any sort of stage that's, like, based on a retro game, like Balloon Fight is pretty bad, too, to be honest with you.
Balloon Fight I'm not I like Balloon Fight as a series, but this stage is, like, it's kind of whatever. Like, it kind of just exists. It's so weird. It's such a weird ass stage.
Like, but I think if you want the holy grail, like, I noticed that a lot of these stages are from Smash 4, like, no cap, but, like, the holy grail of bad stages, there is absolutely nothing worse than Great Cave Offensive. Great Cave Offensive, more like Stage Offensive. This is the most awful stage I've seen in my goddamn life. Who is this for? Who is this stage for? Dude, no one. Nobody likes this goddamn stage.
This stage, I've done 8-player Smashes here, like, with 8 people, and it's still the most what the fuck is going on thing, because, like, 2 people will be in one corner, 2 others will be in another. It's like, the map is so zoomed out, it's so hard to kill people. It's like, I don't know what happened with the stage. I really don't. It's horrifying.
Like, yeah, I mean, obviously it was very much, made for 8-player Smash. Which, I understand, like, you gotta show off your new feature.
It was designed for that.
But could you do it on a stage that doesn't have the most, like, egregious layout? Where, like, again, it's hard to KO people because of the size of the stage and how big it is. It's really hard to see what you're doing. Like,
because, like, even what's it called? The only reason I love Palutena's Temple is because of the conversations. Because other than that, I can't stand fighting.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Palutena's Temple is exactly it's on par with it. I definitely agree that those are both bad stages. But I think again, Palutena's Temple has the side convos with Pit, which are fun. Right. And there are some certain layouts on that stage where, like, unless you're like forcing everyone to come fight you in the bottom of the stage, you don't. Yeah. It is pretty easy to like grab a KO. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but
it's so
other than the hot lava, which you have to be at a certain percent for, it's like just why?
No, it's a weird one there. How do you feel about Gamer? Because Gamer, I feel like I like it, but I hate it at the same time.
I think Gamer's fun. Like I can't hate Gamer because you know what it is. I think it's just a funny stage. I like that. The hazard is just Mom. Mom shows up and she gets mad. I think that's just funny.
Yeah. And like one thing that disturbs me is like when there's no music playing. It's the creepiest thing ever.
Yeah, I like that. I also like how they'll be like there'll be fake outs where it's like, uh-oh, is mom gonna jump out? Like, it is very much feel like it feels very much like the mini game, which I think is smart. I like that a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. One I'm kind of neutral on, I'd say, is like Wii Fit Studio. Like, I think it's funny hearing the noises and the music in there, but it's just like, it's a weird, and the mirror. Like, I think it's the only stage with like a mirror in the back where you could see your characters reflected there. It's like a weird
I mean,
stage.
as with any stage, if it has walk-offs, it's always going to be hit or miss, because, like, obviously you have times where it's fun and you're like battling it out, but then sometimes you get hit by a stray item or something, and you're near that. You just happen to be near the side of the screen because you got knocked back, and then you just die immediately.
Yeah. Let's talk about the Yellow Devil, Wily's Castle. Oh my god, this stage.
Like, you know how many, like, man, I'm so glad hazards can be turned off.
Oh yeah, like, oh my god.
And it sucks because I think that for the longest time, a lot of people were like, Wily Castle could have probably been competitive in Smash 4 if you could just disable the yellow Tefl.
Yes.
Because it was flat, it had, the platform layouts were pretty fun, there was nothing, like, egregious about it.
I like they had, like, in 3DS, like, the little platforms that would move.
Well, here's the thing, though, here's what sucks. If you do hazards off, if you do hazards off Wily Castle, you don't get the platform layouts. It's just like Final Destination.
It's like this stage, like, it's because I adore Mega Man so much, and obviously I understand you would have Wily's Castle, but like the Yellow Devil just drove me insane, and how people are like fighting to hit it, and the hitbox is so weird. I mean, obviously it's like the actual game, but fuck the Yellow Devil. What's another stage here? How do you feel about Duck Hunt, the stage?
Oh yeah, that's a good stage. That's a like out of the competitive stages, I think that one is pretty fun to play with, just because it's you had the tree, and like they had a duck the Duck Hunt dog could like boost you up real quick. Like, I've seen clips where like somebody gets like shield broken and they're like about to get like a fully charged smash.
Oh my god.
And like the dog just happens to like pop up and save them. Hilarious. I love it. I love that the dog, like, it's great that the dog can, like, he's meddling. Like, everyone hates the dog. He messes with you during the stage to combine with that. So I love that. I love that.
One thing that I, as a Sonic fan, I don't like.
Why did they pick Windy Hill, bro? Come on.
I don't know, dude. Like, why? Like, even for Sonic
Lost
World,
I get it. Lost World was
exclusive.
Exclusive to Wii U. I get it. Yeah. But like, come on, could you imagine the highway from Sonic Adventure 2? Like, come on, man. Like, that would have been sick.
Not just that, but like, I just feel like the layout is just random. Like, I don't like when stages just feel like, okay, here's a platform here, here's a platform here, here's something here. It's like, even as someone who's played that game, I feel like you could have picked a better style for Windy Hill Zone than like whatever just happened here.
Yeah, here's I agree. It's like, okay, here's a windmill, here's some springs.
Here's a random bounce. Here's a random bounce pad on the bottom corner. It's just so weird. It's really odd.
It actually does feel like a stage that you would make in the custom stage making.
Exactly, it is. It's just weird. Another one that like I kind of like aesthetically, but I don't necessarily like layout wise, is Suzaku Castle. Like, I love the sunset aesthetic.
It's weird that, like, because Ryu was like the original traditional like fighting game character they added, but his stage is like does not reflect that. Like, it's weird. You'd think that the King of Fighters stage gimmick, where it's like it's boxed in, you have to go through the walls. You think that would have been added with Ryu?
Yeah.
It's weird.
It's just weird. Yeah, I feel like they could have gone for a better stage for Street Fighter, but I mean, I don't like. You'd think out of all games, Street Fighter would have been the one to get a flat stage. Like, I always thought that would make sense.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just a weird idea, because even this, like, it's what I don't like, where it's just like, here's 2 platforms here, here's 2 platforms there, and there's no, like, this was before they introduced the concept of, like, I mean, no, they did that with Animal Crossing. I mean, they have the background characters, so I wish they had that here. So it was,
they had other Street Fighters from 2 in the background. That would have been really cool.
Yeah.
But they, again, it's like, I feel like a lot of a lot of the stuff that like could have been in Smash 4, like, I think Sakurai realized, and that's why we have everything that we do have in in
Yeah.
Smash Ultimate. There was another
mm,
stage I forgot to bring up that I absolutely adore, and that's
right.
Delfino Plaza is so
Oh my
so
god,
good.
yes, so good.
I think
I
that like
love that stage.
out of all the touring stages, I love it because not only is it really pretty and I love Sunshine, but I feel like all the layouts are really fun.
Yeah, I think that
And
one's my
you
favorite.
go to
for
the
sure.
island and you go to the streets. It's great.
Yeah, no, that one's awesome. How do you feel, music aside, about Midgar, where like the summons show up?
Yeah, I think I like that. What I like about that stage a lot is that it feels like a mini Smash Ball every time that there's going to be a summon. It's a scramble to get the materia. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Panic phase. Like, oh, who's gonna get it? Who's gonna get it? You know.
Exactly. Yeah. That was a really cool one. Also, wait, I can't believe we skipped over these two stages, or one of them. How do you feel about the Game and Watch stage, Flat Zone?
I like that they merged them so we didn't have two.
Yeah.
I like Flat Zone 1 a lot more than Flat Zone 2, and the reason being, I think that a lot of the hazards in Flat Zone 2 are more obnoxious, because, like, the Lion Cage is just, it's so annoying.
Oh my god, where you're just getting bounced back and forth.
Or you're stuck inside the cage, and you just bounce between the two lion tamers
right,
with the chair. It's funny. But I think a lot of the layouts that I like are from Flat Zone 1, because, I like the falling wrenches and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, I really like, in general, Flat Zone. I just think that's to me the kind of chaos that's, like, funny. To me, like, when someone dies in that stage, it's, like, hilarious to me.
I like that everyone is flattened on that stage, too.
Exactly. Another weird one, again, where it just feels like things are laid out, is Garden of Hope. Like, other than the giant crab enemy that shows up, it's just a weird stage where, like, there's a rope here, platform.
Here's a bucket, here's some that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what it was. I feel like the 3DS got the upper hand on stages in Smash 4. Because, like, a lot of the stages that I just do not, like, care about, or I hate the layout of, are from Smash Wii U. Like, I guess, you know what I think happened, in my opinion at least, was, Wii U, they wanted to tell, oh, we have these massive stages now. Look at all these giant stages with these giant layouts. And it's just like, yeah, but that doesn't make them good.
I agree. Yeah, it's like that, what's it called?
Like Yoshi's Woolly World stage is like, okay, no more floor, here's some random platforms,
It's just so weird. And like it's the same way I feel about Gower Plain, of like, obviously I love Xenoblade, the background's really cool, but like I don't like playing in this stage at all.
Yeah, here's a big gap in the middle, because that automatically makes that there's going to be chases around the stage in a circle, or like just two separate fights are going to be happening at any given time,
Right. That's a weird stage. I really also love Pilot Wings. I love, like, that stage to me is like, it's just really cool. It's just
visually, that's definitely one of the nicer stages. Like,
that
again, Smash Wii U stages had amazing visuals, but the stages themselves were just obnoxious.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know. Are we missing any other stages that we didn't? How do you feel about because this stage I feel like, again, another one that's too big from Brawl is New Pork City, where like there's just so much space, and it's obviously beautiful visually. Like, I love the idea of this like glowing city and stuff, but like I just find this one's another one that's too big.
It's funny because I remember back in Brawl, that was like the general opinion. Like, the stage is too big.
Right.
But now that we've had Smash 4 and Smash Ultimate, I'm like, the stage, it's fine. Like, like, at least there's nothing egregious about it, in the sense of that, it feels like it's like a slightly bigger temple. Like, the only hazard being the Chimera. I like that, because it's more of, it's not like there's like stuff just everywhere. You know what I mean? Like, there is room to like breathe and like have your own fights with.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
That stage, I used to hate it a lot more, but now I think there's worse stages. So it's not honestly anything that I think about. Like,
Yeah, and again, it's what we both said of, like, it's funny how most of these stages, now that we play mostly competitive, to us it's just kind of like how it aesthetically looks, because we're not being bothered by hazards. It's like, like, I can't tell you in general, like, other than one or two rare times I've played, like, especially Smash Ultimate, like, it's probably, I could count you probably the days that I've ever played on, like, the only time I play on regular stages are Spirit Battles, and the rare 2 or 3 times I had friends who were like, let's do all chaos.
Yeah, let's do all stages and items, yeah.
Yeah.
So I guess like to wrap up this part, if I had to pick like a favorite stage from each game, so Saffron City from 64, I was happy to see it back. That's my favorite 64 stage. I love the. As a kid, I just was like, haha, look at all the Pokemon coming out of the door, and I love that in Smash Ultimate. There's still like super.
Yeah, they still look like that.
There's flat sprites with super low res, and I love that. I love that.
Really cool idea.
Favorite Melee stage is Fountain of Dreams. As I said, I think that stage is just beautiful and really fun to play on. Brawl stage, I guess I have to say it's between Spear Pillar or Halberd.
Okay.
For Smash 4, I guess it's the box. I honestly guess it's the boxing ring.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah.
And Smash Ultimate, it would be Mementos. I think those are my favorite stages.
Those are your favorite? Let me see. So I'd say for N64, I think my favorite is what's it called. Back then, is Hyrule Castle. Like, I don't know, back then, I really liked the little tornado and how it looks. And I always just associate that stage with Smash 64. In Smash Melee, it has to be Temple. Like, I just grew up playing that stage nonstop with friends. So I just have an affinity for how it looks. Yeah,
that is like that stage is the definition of like the stage for the fans.
Yeah, exactly. I love it. And like the music in it, like da na 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 na. It's like it's just so good. In Brawl, I would say in Brawl. Oh, I mean, I really loved Shadow Moses in Brawl. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I really loved that one. But I think my favorite back when I was playing Brawl was Green Hill Zone, just because I was so happy Sonic was in, and I would always love just like running back and forth on like the little curve on the bottom. So I really loved that one. I'd say from Smash Wii U, my favorite Smash Wii U stage I would say is it's Colosseum. I fucking love the Colosseum. I don't know what it is about that stage. I just really love, again, like the aesthetic of like, we are in a massive Colosseum. We have an audience watching us. We've got like these two-stone pillars.
Yeah, I also
it's
like,
really
I think
cool.
The Fire Emblem music, like, you know, obviously now that you can just pick whatever music you want on any stage. I think the Fire Emblem music works the best on that stage, in my opinion.
Exactly.
I don't know, something about it feels like it's just perfect for that stage.
Yeah. And I just love, like, the mechanical platforms coming in and out. I just think it's, like, a really beautiful looking stage. It's, like, one of my favorites to this day. And for Smash Ultimate, I would say that's a hard one. I would say I'm with you. I think Mementos is, like, the best stage just because of the aesthetic changes and the music and having the characters in the background and all that stuff. So, yeah, those would be my favorites. So yeah, I think that's it for stages. Again, we're still getting a bunch more through DLC, and yeah, again, it's crazy how kids that are growing up or younger people that are growing up and playing more casually, right? They're gonna grow up and like to them, right? Like they're gonna have all these stages to pull from and have like so many favorites that like they get to just grow up and say I have like a million stages to pick, whereas like we grew up with like limited amounts that we had to choose
yeah,
from.
that's true. It's true.
It's crazy. Yeah.
I'll end this with one quick question.
Mm-hmm.
So, if they were to add a stage that wasn't directly tied to a fighter, because you know obviously now stages come with fighters, so like you know if you can't just say something like oh yeah I would love like blah 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 from Doom because you know they probably add it with Doom.
Yeah,
if they were just to add a random stage like just from any property, what would you like to see?
That's a good one. I would love. Fuck, this is a really good one. I feel like I want to see. I'm trying to think of one while I brainstorm here because I feel I would love. Oh no, from an IP that's not in the game, right?
Yes.
Okay. I'm trying to think here. Let me look at my.
Well, I mean, I guess it can be like. I guess it's fun if you wanted to like add like another Splatoon, like you know what I mean. Like if there was another. I'm just saying in general, it can be from like another IP if they just wanted to add another stage for like a certain game.
Yeah. I'm just trying to see. Like, I would love, for example, like Studiopolis from Sonic Mania. Like I feel like that would be so sick.
That would be so good.
Like with those little bouncing balls and everything. Oh my god.
I think that isn't tied to a fighter. I think if they're not gonna add Rex, they should really do it as Xenoblade 2 stage. Like, come on.
I agree. That would be awesome. I would, yeah.
That and also, I guess, you know, I'm not saying 100% deconfirmed, but let's be honest. I think if they should add a Raccoon City stage, that'd be dope. I don't know,
awesome.
Like, I don't know how you would make it. Like, I don't know what you could do to sort of make it feel Resident Evil. I guess what you could probably do is maybe have like obviously maybe you could have like herbs randomly like spawn to like restore health, and then maybe like I don't know how you could do like a zombie hazard and like keep the rating of the game. I think is the problem, you know.
Yeah, no, that's so weird.
I would love a Raccoon City stage. I just don't know how you could do it to where you could like maintain the age rating of the game.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a really weird one. I'd love like an indie stage, right? Like it'd be really cool to have like the Shovel Knight stage, like the first one. That'd be really cool because it's pretty iconic.
Oh my god! You know what? That's a good point. You know what they would be great? Auto-scrolling stage, but it's a Cuphead level. That'd be so good, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like like if it was that, or even if it was a stage where like, okay, we have a unique stage layout and different bosses from Cuphead are gonna pop up and do some of their attacks. Like that
that'd be so really cool too. Yeah, because just to see that animation style in Smash would be so dope.
Oh, and obviously the one everyone's been. How is there not a Tetris stage? How?
Oh, that's right. That is the biggest one. Thank you for. Yeah, that's obviously the very, very biggest one.
Like,
by far, because everyone jokes. Oh yeah, Tetris is a fighter, haha. But like, okay, let's be honest. The fact that we have not had a Tetris stage, even though Nintendo very like Tetris 99 even came out. Like they could do a Tetris 99 stage and have like other people mess at you and drop pieces. You know.
No, it's like it's crazy how there's not that kind of stage in there. It's like there has had to have been a conversation about that in there somewhere.
And you know what's actually even funnier? You know Green Greens, obviously, right?
Yes, yeah.
There are falling blocks on that stage.
I know.
Like,
it drives me
the
nuts.
technology is there. Just make the falling blocks in different layouts.
Oh my god. I'm trying to go through games I really love here. I would love a Kirby's Epic Yarn stage would be really cool. Like the yarn aesthetic and everything. That'd be like a really cool looking one. What's another one I'd want in here? I would love a what's it called? A stage based on what's that game? Oh, I mean, no, we have one for. Wait, didn't we have one for Tropical Freeze, or did we never get one?
We had like what was it? It was Jungle. Was it like Jungle Hijinks?
Oh, we had Jungle Hijinks. Yeah, that was that
was like where you could go in and out of the background. That was the Donkey Kong Country Returns reference where you could go in and out of the background. Yeah.
I would have loved if they did like a what's it called? Like imagine they had done a Captain Toad stage, right? Where it's like it has the idea of the banjo stage where it flips around and you have like a different like perspective on the level. Like that would be really
it rotates. Cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Yeah, that'd be really cool.
Also, would be really dope. Like, imagine a Mario Party stage, and like you would have to like move onto certain like spaces on the stage.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Or I'm hoping if he's not DLC, a Phoenix Wright stage would be awesome. Like, imagine there was no way we were getting him as DLC. It'd be cool just to have a stage where it is like the aesthetic of the courtroom, and like if you get bounced to Phoenix Wright, he yells objection and it hits you off the stage. And
he's like a hazard, him pointing at the hazard. That'd be great.
And like if the judge hits his hammer, like the stage shakes or something.
It's like a POW block. It's like the POW block.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like if he doesn't make it in, that'd be such a cool like stage idea in general.
That'd be awesome. Yeah, that's pretty much all I was thinking about with like what they could add. Obviously, like, a lot of like stages that I think would be cool would be like tied to fighters. So I don't want to like speculate on that too much, but
yeah, that's a whole can of worms. But yeah, again, I hope we continue to have a growing roster of stages. And that's it. That's all. So that's it for this week's episode of the Smash Dispatch. Hope you all enjoyed us. Let us know your favorite stages in the comments below and stuff. And we'll see you guys next week once we dive into another topic. All right. So that's it. That's all. Peace out. My name is Fidel. You can find me at Yukami, and you can find me at Ultimate Shadow X. We are gonna bounce. All right. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see y'all next time. Peace.